I'm assuming that he can hear us. That will be my
Yeah.
assumption. So let's just start with a word of prayer. Zane, would you mind saying prayer?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Our dear friend Heavenly Father, we're thankful for this day and this time that we have to come together as a group. We're thankful for BYU Idaho and the opportunities that it affords us. We ask that thou will bless us during this meeting, that we will feel thy spirit, and that we will work together as a team to accomplish our unified goals. We love thee so very much. We say these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so I guess everybody has access to that agenda. Let's just start with our little review of our own participation. And I think, as we learn the principles on this class, or maybe it's a different class that I'm taking, rather than chastising each other for not participating or not, I guess the question is, what can we do to help you participate more and get things done on time, and that we can put all the requirements and learn and get a good grade out of it. Is there anything we need to that I need to do to help anyone?
I think we can be a little bit more effective with our communication.
Communication?
Okay. Yeah, just make sure everybody's got Google Hangouts on their phone so that they can see everything.
Okay. So
like happening in real time.
That's a great suggestion. Does anybody doesn't have it on their phone? I have it on my phone.
No, I got it on my phone.
I do. I haven't set up the notifications yet, though.
Okay. So does anybody know how to do that? Cisco, do you know how to put the notifications on your phone?
Yeah, I get every time you guys write, I get a ding.
Yeah, what kind of phone are you using?
Me?
I have an iPhone.
So do I.
No, okay, so you just have to go to settings. There's a notification icon there. You just have to tap on that, and then okay, most apps notifications are off, so you just have to look for Hangout and turn it on.
Cool. Everybody okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
I realize, and I am guilty of that. We live in a world that thinks that sending a text requires an immediate answer, right? And sometimes people are busy. It's something I tell my kids: you text me doesn't mean that I can reply to you right on the dot, but with a reasonable time, I think that an answer should appear. That's a good idea. Anything else, or any other suggestion?
I feel like we've had an issue lately just sort of following instructions, and I don't really know why that's happened or what's causing it, but it seems like our, I don't know if you guys looked on the discussion board, but our submission last week was pretty bad. Like, we didn't follow the directions hardly at all, and we got slammed for it pretty good in the post. And so it's almost to the point where last week I felt like kind of embarrassed, honestly, because it was just not good.
One of the things they said was we took too much time.
Well, the problem is we submitted our entire group meeting, which was not the instruction. The instruction was to submit the facilitator presentation, which had just a few things that it was going to go over. So those are two separate things, and we can do them at the same time. We can do the facilitator meeting and our weekly meeting in the same meeting. But when it's time to submit, we need to make sure that we crop the video and only include the portion that's the facilitator meeting, which should be 5 to 10 minutes.
Which I think it leads to what Zane is saying of, are we reading the instructions of what we need to do, right? I mean, if I'm one guilty. The other day I posed a question about, the the homework, and I hadn't read it properly. So, and I was just arguing with Brother Salisbury. You can see it on the question and answer thing. But it was my ignorance of not having read the instructions properly. It's crucial to read it, right? If I don't read it, I don't understand it. So it's easy to go and ask, hey, how's that this done? And he was kindly to just answer, go read it. You know, it's which is fair, I think, you know, and I think that we need to make a bigger effort individually to read the instructions of what is required from the class and from each portion that we need to fill.
I agree with that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I agree.
That's what to say before downloading.
Okay, so we can read the instructions more. Maybe, I don't know, maybe on these meetings, this is the issue where I find it is tight the time to prepare for this meeting, right? I had to read yesterday and today in the morning to get through the material. And, you know, and it's tough because I have 5 other classes that require the same thing. I assume that for you guys it's the same problem, right? It's how do I get through all the material so early during the week so I can be prepared for the meeting? Hard, right? But sadly enough, that is the requirement, right? It's nothing we can do. So let's go into the agenda. Those are good. So maybe if during this meeting we can ask questions to clarify if we don't understand what the instruction is, that will be fantastic. This is the time to ask, right? And maybe between all, we can clarify things that are not very clear. So we start with this will be our Spring 2 review, which now here on the bottom, as number 4, if you look at the agenda, and all over the deliverables, it talks about this daily Scrum meeting. Does anybody know what that means, or how do we attack a daily Scrum meeting?
Good question. How do you attack a daily Scrum meeting? I mean, are we supposed to communicate online with each other every day? I don't think so.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I think in a real development setting, it is a daily meeting. I'm not sure. I haven't read anywhere that says we actually have to do daily Scrum meetings. Are you seeing that somewhere, Alejandro?
Yeah, if you look at number 4 on the agenda,
Yeah.
and the instructions take you to, let me just click on it.
Oh, the URL of the recorded daily Scrum meeting.
Yeah. You know, and it says daily Scrum meeting notes that include answers to 3 questions. What are the 3 questions, and what is this daily Scrum meeting? Like, I agree with Zane. It's in the real world, every day you meet to see how is the project going, you know, what things have been achieved and what things haven't. Yeah. And I think a quick meeting, correct? It's like a...
Yeah, so it's supposed to be 15 minutes, more or less. I think, I didn't know that we were supposed to be doing this, but I think if we were to start implementing it now, the 3 questions that you asked about there, what did you do yesterday? What will you do today? And is there anything impeding your progress? So maybe we can each get on every day on Hangouts and at least just answer those 3 questions. And then when it says include the URL, we can just do that on the day of our meeting and include that URL for the one that we do in person.
Okay, so we do it over the Hangouts, over the chat thing?
Yeah, we could do it once a week over Hangouts. That way we have an actual URL to submit. And then every other day we can answer those questions to each other in the Hangout. That's what seems like it would work to me, but if anyone else has any other ideas.
Adam Evans, Cisco?
That is okay for me.
That'll work.
That'll work.
That should work. So.
I don't know that it necessarily wants us to do that, but I mean.
Well, should we ask him?
Adam, what do you see as a requirement on that?
I would just think it would be like a mock kind of a thing where it's like they're not necessarily daily meetings, but I don't know.
What I'm seeing here is in the Scrum status reports instruction, it says report in bold, report each daily Scrum meeting. So I guess it depends on what our definition of reporting that is. If we're hypothetically reporting it, if this was a real project. But my understanding is that the only parts of this project that aren't real are like the actual development.
Right.
But a
I
Scrum
just
meeting
I
is a
just find
project.
it weird that he would want us to meet every single day. That just seems like a bit much to me.
I don't think that's him. I think it's the program, its original form. He said he's clearing it up, fixing it up. So I don't know. It might be old.
I think for any class, that's pretty.
And that's why I was thinking just answering those 3 questions is much less intense than actually having a meeting every day.
Well, no, I agree. I think it's weird that they would have us do that at all.
I agree. It's not, I don't feel like we can write it off and say, oh, we're not actually doing the project, because that's
Right.
not part of the project, that's part of the project management.
I think that is, to me, what I read, and that's my understanding when I read it, is can you go through the exercise of doing it? And though it's fake, 100% I agree with Adam that is, it's fake. It doesn't, we're not doing it, but we're doing the step. The step is send a text. How's it going? What did you do yesterday? What are you doing today? Is there anything impeding your progress? No, yes, boom, done. It took 1 minute. But I think it gets us to learn the process.
Yeah.
I see
think
where you're going.
as a project, it doesn't do any difference because the project is fake, right?
Right.
But even in a fake project, we can fake things like, oh no, sorry, I couldn't do anything yesterday. My kid was sick, whatever, and I think that those are real life issues, right? Like people get sick, people don't come to
Fair
work,
enough.
they find issues, et cetera, right? So I think it will be an interesting exercise, but I agree with Adam that it's fake, right? The results are fake, but the exercise is real. That's, I think, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, it's all mock. It's all mocking. So
Yeah. So are we okay to do it over the text then,
Sure.
over the Hangouts?
yeah, I could just text it. That's fine.
The instruction is to report each daily Scrum meeting. So if we're going to interpret that as answering those 3 questions every day, then that's fine, and that's what we'll submit. But if we're going to argue that we don't have to do that, then I think we need to reinterpret what that means and have something else to deliver here according to that instruction. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
kind of
because-
like what Adam's saying, I agree with him. That seems like a weird thing to ask of us, but I mean, it's here in the instructions that we need to do something. So if not answering those 3 questions every day, we need an alternative. And I don't see any.
So are we all okay with doing it over text every day?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, then when we
Just
do the
text.
Scrum status report, we can just include what everyone said
Yeah.
5 days of
yeah.
the week.
That's right. So whoever is in charge of that week just goes and, through it and reads whatever it was and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
Fair
that seems like it'll work out.
You okay with that, Evans?
I guess I could do that for the end of the week. Tally up all the information, write it down, and then submit it.
Anxiety.
Okay, so let's get into our thing. Today we need to do our sprint review, and we need to provide certain results, already some deliverables. So we need to make a burn down chart. We need to put a data Scrum evidence notes, and sprint review, retrospective notes, and I'll edit it to make a presentation.
So you save as an Excel macro in the notebook.
So how do we attack that? Do we divide and conquer? What do you guys want to do?
Say X and I to 6 9.
Are you talking about underneath Sprint 2 review, all A through E, right?
Yeah, A, B, C, D, E. Like A is easy, and facilitating the meeting. B, nobody has to, or as a group. So the first question is, are we going to do it here, or do we just divide and conquer and divvy up the work and
is so you have to do the bend chart, the bend down chart, and the
Where are you seeing the burn down chart for this week? I'm not seeing that.
It's 8 under 2.
No, I mean in the actual like assignment.
Oh, it's
the actual assignment.
It's on the Sprint 2 review instructions. It's the first sentence, actually.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, there is no submission for bend down charts in the assignment, but it's just on the announcement page.
Oh, on the discussion board, maybe.
It is for you need to submit it to the discussion board. This is what we have been
Yeah.
failing at doing properly. On the discussion
Oh,
board,
okay.
we need to upload a video, like a link to the video that we have had, which has been edited to make it count for a sprint review. But we need documents to back up that video, and we haven't. So just throw the video. That's no work, right? Copying and pasting a link, that's no work at all. The work is to submit documents that go hand in hand with the video. That's a different story. That's where the homework is.
Hey guys, we have a quiz too.
Yep.
Wow.
We have a busy day today. That's why I said yesterday, please go through the material so we're prepared, so we don't take forever. It's a long day today there's a lot of stuff that we got to go through. So let's divide and conquer. Let's divvy up the work. Fair enough?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, so I am facilitating this thing, so that's my name here. Burn down chart.
I feel like I've got a pretty good handle on those. I don't mind doing them unless somebody else wants to.
You got good at it?
You.
Okay. Jane is
Yeah,
on.
I spent a lot of time on it when I was doing it for the individual assignments, so I feel like I've got it down.
What is the daily Scrum evidence supposed to be?
You wrote that last week, that saying, correct?
I did what last week?
The daily Scrum evidence notes.
I think daily Scrum evidence would be like those 3 questions we were talking about. That's going to be the evidence of our daily Scrum, which is, that short 15-minute meeting that we're going to hypothetically have by answering those 3 questions.
Yeah, so this week, if Evans, you can look after it, you're going to have to make it up.
Okay. Zane, you said some 3 questions. What 3 questions are you talking about?
So every day, starting now, because we just start on it, we're going to answer the questions: what did I do yesterday? What am I going to do today? And what's standing in my way? What's impeding me in my progress?
Okay. So is it what you do yesterday and what you do tomorrow?
No, what you
Right.
did yesterday, what you will do today, because it's supposed to be done at the beginning of the day in like a development setting. And then what's standing in my way or what's impeding my progress.
Oh, okay.
And so that's called the daily stand-up meeting. It's called the daily Scrum. It has a few different names, but that's the idea of it.
Oh, okay.
Hey Zane, what's the sprint review retrospective notes? Is that what we're doing today?
The sprint retrospective is like where you go over the backlog and what you accomplished in last week's sprint.
Okay.
But as far as how that's formatted, I would just Google it.
Okay.
Remember in all the documents, guys, when, to start on the left with the same, team 1, the name of the class, the date, Brother Salisbury, so the documents have a common thing. I will edit it before submitting it, but, I don't have to edit it. It saves me time.
We can do that.
I'll submit this presentation. I will, just work on editing it. Okay, so then the second part, and this is due Wednesday, so you know. So if I can have those documents somewhere between now and tomorrow 6, that would be fantastic. I would say upload all these documents on the Google Drive, and I'll pick them up from there, and I'll submit it to the board, to the discussion board. Because so far, what we've been doing, one person submit this, another person submit that. It looks so unprofessional, right? So
yeah, it looks better when the facilitator posts everything.
okay, so that will be for Wednesday. If you guys have it on the Google Drive, I'll submit it. So number 3 here. Now the adaptation of methods. This is Friday. It requires quite a bit of work. Does everybody understand what this portion requires? Adaptation of methods. Or rather, does anybody doesn't understand that needs clarification?
Didn't we do one of these for our waterfall project?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
So we all should have some experience with it.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, exactly 5. So let's divvy it up and see how it goes. I'll take the first one, project needs. Jump at any time you want to take. Cisco, which one do you want to take?
I'll do D.
D?
Yeah.
Okay, Evans?
Wait, is the project need have to? It's 2. So the hidden place identify at least 2 needs.
Okay. Adam?
Okay.
I can do whatever.
You want to do C?
I don't remember doing this as a team last time. Did we do this one as a team?
No, we'd not do this. It wasn't in the waterfall project we did. This one is in the waterfall.
Similar. What's his name? Worked on it. Was it you, Zane, or was it what's his name, Darren?
I might be mistaken, but I actually do remember working on this as a team. I think we broke down each section just like we're doing right now, and we all compiled them on a Google Doc.
Well, I remember doing it. I thought that we each did this one individually, but maybe not.
I feel like I remember doing like the hidden, because I remember having to come up with like hidden things about our gardening project, and that was all I did.
Yeah, and I remember doing the method. Yep.
Okay. Never mind.
It all starts to bleed together after a while, Adam.
Okay, so please go through what it needs. Again, I think that what it needs is what do you guys think is the need here, the requirement? Is it a 1 document answers, 5 documents? What is it?
I think 1 document.
Are you talking about the adaptation?
Yeah, adaptation of methods. So it will be 1 document.
Yeah, the last time we did, I don't remember, but I know we did something like this. But I don't know if we did it as a team or individually. But it was just a single document we did and combined them.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a big.
Flashback memories are coming to me, and this will be to that past one. When we do work like this, that is, that we're all working in a document. Please, a 1 sentence is not enough for it, right? Put some work on it, one sentence, one paragraph doesn't cut it, right? It puts some effort so the document looks, I would say, a couple of pages, 2 or 3 pages, once it's finished.
About 500 words.
Well, that will make it a whole lot. It should be like 3-4 paragraphs. I mean,
I think what Alejandro is trying to say is just don't spend 10 minutes on this. This is one of our biggest assignments for the week, so it's not unreasonable to spend, an hour and a half on just your small portion. Just make sure it's well thought out and complete, and don't cut any corners. Because, I mean, this is it. Like, if we're not spending time on this, then what are we spending time on? Because this is the bulk of our work this week.
That's right. That's what I meant. Thank you for the translation, Zane. Okay, so now we have Scrum reports, which I thank you for answering that, Zane. We got it. So what is the PERT analysis? It is, if you click on the link, it requires, but then I don't see it anywhere else, the requirement of that PERT analysis.
I don't actually know what that is about.
Anybody has a clue?
I vaguely remember reading about them early in the semester, but I don't remember what they are. I'll look it up real quick.
They are program evaluation and review, abbreviated for PERT. Analyzes the tasks involved in completing a given project. It's kind of like, what was that, one of those charts that we were making? With the,
like the critical path.
The critical path, but this seems like is already things that are work that are happening. The critical path, ideally, right? And the project hasn't started. This one seems to be with the project.
Yeah.
My question is, am I reading wrong, or do we need to submit PERT analysis?
It on again? What instruction sheet?
Yeah.
Do we need to submit the PERT analysis or not?
Yeah. And I say, what's up between the
Let me see. I don't think we need to submit it because I don't see a place for submitting. It's
Go to
only
the
the
link.
quiz.
In the link, it says number objectives, number 4, describe and prepare a PERT analysis.
Oh. Okay, let me see.
Well, where do you submit it? That's the question. I don't see anywhere to submit it.
Activities, midweek, blah, blah,
Unless you put it in the
blah.
discussion board, but it has nothing to do with analysis.
That's a good point, because I don't see anywhere else. I assume maybe on the discussion board on Friday with the rest of the documents. That's my assumption, but I could be out to lunch. I think half of this course is interpreting instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah, interpreting wrong.
So there is an official deliverable in week 13 about submitting a PERT analysis. Maybe this is practice. That's my best guess.
There is or there isn't?
There is an individual PERT analysis that's due in week 13.
Huh. I guess
maybe, okay, that makes sense. So because it says describe and prepare PERT analysis. So it doesn't say submit it. So we just need to learn that this is what involves. And I can see the point. These little things that we're doing are part of that PERT analysis. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does anybody else has any comment on that port analysis? Or do we?
No. I mean, I don't. So.
Okay, what do you think, Adam?
I mean, I don't think they have anything to say about it. I mean, it's just a little vague like that. Maybe we should ask the instructor about it. But it doesn't seem like you have to submit anything for it, so I don't know. Just try and prepare.
I'll ask. Just gonna pause here on the questions and conversations.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Okay. Maybe I'm going to get an answer.
Okay, so I posted that question. What he has to say.
Okay. Then we have to take a quiz.
Okay, let's take the quiz. Everybody okay with taking the quiz?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
you can
would
take it.
like to submit it? Adam, are you around a computer?
I can do that. Don't worry, I can do that.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just opening it up. And maybe share my screen.
I should do the screen share.
Are we all opening it up?
No, one person doesn't, and he clicks on the answers.
Oh, so we don't need to open it?
No, because he's gonna share his screen.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
There's Alejandro.
Okay. So the first question, which of the following are principles that drive the creation of Agile Manifesto?
Is there a way you can make that bigger?
Let me see. Can just zoom it bigger.
There you go.
Is it big enough?
Perfect.
Well, now we can't see the answers though. No.
Yeah.
Just scroll.
So I have to reduce it a bit. Can you all see? Can you see?
Try scrolling down a little bit on the outside.
That is as far as I can scroll down to, just to the next
Can you
question.
can you not scroll around, like go to the right with your cursor and then scroll down?
No, I can't do that. There's nothing to scroll down to. It just fits in a single page like that. Okay, let me use let me try and see if I can use another browser.
Let's tell me something about what is sweet for one. Which is good.
Oh, I hardly use Google Chrome. This is taking more time than it should. What's happening? It's like the page is frozen. And now that's why I don't use Google Chrome.
Just go back to the small screen, to the small font, and put it on the screen. We'll try to read it. You can read it out loud. That's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, and just, you know.
Do you mind
It's
do you
on
mind
the-
if I just do the screen share? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can everybody see?
Yep.
Okay. Question 1. What does not belong to cornerstones of the Agile Manifesto?
Okay, process over people is part of it.
Working software over.
Okay, people.
Evan?
Yeah.
Adam is doing it, so just leave your test open, don't close it. And
Okay.
Adam is taking over that.
Well, he can go out of
Okay.
it. Doesn't matter.
Yes.
Can't submit it.
Okay. So, Adam, what was the first question you read?
It was the same one. What does not belong to cornerstones of the Agile Manifesto?
Oh, okay. That does not belong to the Agile Manifesto.
Okay, so individuals and interactions over processes and tools is one. Working software over comprehensive. So that's one too. Let's see.
People over tasks is the whole idea of the manifesto.
Processes over people. Let's see.
When I say
I think
external,
A is one of the answers.
Which
It
one?
says processes over people. And the question is, what does not belong?
Yeah.
And I think
So
what does belong is
individu-
people over processes, the other way
it's
around.
people over processes. That is right. Yeah.
The entire manifesto of the Agile is that is people over any task, process.
Yeah, and so it's just the opposite, and that's what he's saying. That's why it doesn't belong there.
G is kind of weird. I was not, sensing over. I haven't read that.
It's responding to change over following a plan. So that.
Yeah, E would also go in there, even though it's kind of tricky.
Okay, I see. So that is the one of responding to change over following a plan. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's just those.
Different words. Okay, got it.
Learning poker uses the Fibonacci sequence, right?
Yeah.
Which of the following is not a common artifact of a Scrum project? Stories.
User stories backlog.
A Kanban board? That's
I
not
think
one.
it's that one.
I don't know. Is it that one or is it the first one?
I don't think so. Well, it could be the first one too. I don't know what that one is.
I thought that I had read somewhere that Kanban board.
I read something about that, but I don't know that that's a Scrum thing.
It's a workflow visualization. It's a workflow visualization. I think you could use a Kanban board. I'm more on the earned value management chart. I thought that was
Well, it's
only.
select. It's a select all that apply question, so it could be more than one. But
Oh, is that for sure is only part of the waterfall, correct?
wait, this one?
Earned value.
End value is in waterfall. I remember that.
I don't know. Unless you guys know that a Kanban board is actually a part of it. I've never seen it though.
okay, this returns the insertion points is A1 after the conventional format is applied.
And the
Yeah, I feel
question
like a
is-
Kanban board is definitely one of the answers. The one I'm questioning is A, but I think I agree with it as it is right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So A and E.
Which of the following questions accomplishes quality assurance in a daily stand-up meeting or daily scrum? So which of these?
What is impeding your progress?
It's the which of the following questions? I thought they were boxes, not radio buttons.
No, they're it's just one of them. So it's this one. I think the keyword is quality assurance, but I'm not sure which one would.
Yeah, I think it would be the bottom one. What have you done since the last daily scrum? Because quality assurance is about reviewing things that have been made. And so maybe by reviewing what you did the day before, you're assuring the quality out of it.
That makes sense. Even if it's not, I feel like we could argue that one.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. can't remember. Is it like that?
Yeah. No, the NANA. There's a space after that, and BAA.
BAA.
H. Yeah, and then my surname ANKO. Yeah, yes, like that.
Evans, how do you pronounce that? I'm just curious.
Nana Ba and Kuma.
Oh, it's just like it looks.
Evans, so you know, here in North America, there is a very infamous video of a guy from Kenya, I think, that they joke because the guy, I don't know if you guys have seen it, the guy is saying your name, and the guy says, like, you know, it's just sounds, and nobody can spell it.
Oh, I mean, because it's my name, it's easy for me to pronounce it. And
That's right.
yeah, people from around here can just mention it easily. So
Okay.
Which of the following meetings are part of the Scrum methodology?
You click the inventory worksheet.
Can you mute
Sprint
when you have a
retrospect?
second, Evans, so it doesn't go back and forth?
sprint planning,
Are those all right?
yes, they are.
Are
Yeah.
either of these in there?
No, they are not. So that should be it.
Which of the following is not a valid Scrum rule?
That means second one,
So hard to read.
You'll not read it?
No, because when we talk, it goes whoever talks, right? So
So
Evans,
just click on my screen down here, and it'll only show that.
well, if I click on yours,
If you just click on mine, like I just did, it'll just show that one no matter who's talking.
okay,
There it is.
I like it. Thank you. Which one is not a valid Scrum rule? The team determines that it can address multiple backlogs. It can select and add new items to the product backlog. That is true. A is
Maybe.
fine, so it's part of the Scrum. B,
C.
I think it's D.
No one can provide advice instructions. I'll go for D.
D.
yeah, it's not self-managed. It's an open thing, right? So
Yeah.
that's only one that
Yeah.
doesn't be part of the Scrum.
Okay. I can't hardly read it, but okay.
Why can't you read it?
It's small.
Are you on your phone or?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Oh, it's like pretty big, man.
It's like
Wow.
small.
Can you zoom in your phone?
I can zoom in a bit more. But
Oh, there you go. That's good. Perfect.
it's
Thank
not
you.
going to be able to fit questions most likely.
Which of the following are principles that drive the creation of the Agile Manifesto?
At the end, can we go back to that
Okay.
self-managing one?
So face to face, I know that's one. Face to face communication is most efficient. If you remember that communication something we did.
I don't want to ruin the momentum. We can come back to it at the end, but I want to research that one just a little more.
Okay, number
Because
6.
I honestly do feel like the team is basically self-managing.
Yeah, I just Googled the keyword Scrum self-managing, and apparently a self-managed team is like a
yeah,
big Scrum goal.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one, but you guys all seemed really sure, so.
It's just none of the other ones jump out either, but
Yeah.
Well, let's attack it. Let's get on that still. So more product backlog is fine, correct? Because we just did on the burn down exercise exactly that.
So like I don't agree with the first part of D, and that might be it. Like I do think that the team is basically self-managing, but I don't know that no one can provide advice, instructions, commentary, or direction to the team during the sprint. That just seems like an absolute statement, and usually those are.
What about B? If the team feels unable to complete the committed product backlog, it can consult with the product owner to remove from the current sprint. No, maybe it does have that flexibility.
That seems right.
Yeah.
That seems like it is something that we can do.
I just wonder if he's talking about more procedure than anything, right? Because the name of the thing, the sprint meeting, the sprint planning meeting,
Wouldn't that just be a part of the next sprint though? If you like finish the sprint and you feel like you can do more, wouldn't that just be a part of the next sprint? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. For A.
If the team determines that it can address more product backlog during the sprint, then it's selected during the sprint planning meeting. It can select and add new items to the product backlog.
Because if you just keep on adding stuff to your sprint, then you wouldn't have multiple sprints.
I'm on a Scrum messaging board right now, and one of the answers to this question is there is usually no value in progressing a redundant product backlog or in having a team wait until the end of a sprint before accepting more work. So it seems like he's saying it is okay to add more, but that's one source.
Yeah, the one that I'm looking at says, again, I'm stuck on terminology more than anything. In that sense, I agree with Adam that it says selected during the sprint planning meeting.
Once
a sprint begins, you cannot add requirements or stories to the backlog. This is a rule because in order for Scrum to work, we need to have our time boxes and our sprint backlog. The sprint backlog is the agreed upon amount of work to be completed in the sprint. So yeah, this website says that you can't add more.
So then A, right? Just the wording is what the key, I think.
I feel better about A than I do D.
I agree. I'm going to send that link to everyone just in case they want to see it. It'll be in the chat.
Okay. Which of the following are principles that drive the creation of agile methods?
I don't think it's the first. I think it's the second for sure. Face-to-face, sustainable development at a constant pace. Say, right?
And it's no. Exit.
B, C. I don't see D as, changing the requirements in earlier sprints. We can change the requirements at any sprint, correct?
Honestly, this one I'm not sure.
I think it's all of them besides A.
I think so.
I'll follow that up with, I'm on a website that has the Agile principles listed out.
Yeah, I am the same one on the one from Smart Sheet.
And yeah, I can find an example of all of them besides A in the 12 principles of Agile.
Oh, where's Adam?
This is the one that I'm in.
Yep.
Sorry. It worked out. So all of them except for A, you said?
Has anyone found
Yeah.
an example of A
Yes.
in the 12
I haven't
principles?
seen A on my list either, and then I put it on the chat, the link to it.
Cisco, did you say that you did see an example of A?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was just
I haven't.
Okay. Which of the following are not Scrum roles? Task
And they're
manager?
radio buttons?
Yeah.
Which of the following, but you can pick one? That's so
Or
confusing.
it's which of the following are not. So
It just addresses it like they'd be checkboxes, though, but
would task manager be one? I don't think that's one.
I
we
don't
can
think
only
it's
pick
right?
one, though, right?
Yeah, we can only pick
Yeah.
We have a team, a Scrum Master, a Product Owner, Customer Representative. Do we have that on a?
No, we don't have customer representative.
I feel like
I'll take customer representative.
I feel like
this
that's
would be
more.
checkboxes.
I feel like that's more applicable than task
the
manager because there's no such thing as a task manager. Scrum Master, like he just removes obstacles for the team. There's nobody that's like managing every task. Unless that's saying like
Yeah, that is a role.
I'm
Unless-
99% sure this question's broken. It was meant to be checkboxes, and it would be D and E, because in
Yeah.
Scrum there's 3 roles, and that's the Scrum team, the Scrum Master, and the Scrum Product Owner.
Yeah.
And you think that is missing the what's the name? The
Checkbox.
Because it says which of the following, so it's implying you can select more than one, but it's then radio buttons. But yeah, it should be D and E. So I think we would probably have to challenge this one if we got it wrong.
Click here to find items for the other.
okay, I'm reading on this one. Hold on. Okay, it says product owner represents blah 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 blah. This role is equivalent to the customer representative role in some other agile frameworks such as extreme programming, XP.
that's
That works
kind
for
of
me.
that's kind of what I was thinking was that customer representative could also be the product owner because isn't that kind of what he does?
Yeah, so that takes away that. So that is an answer. So it leaves only the task manager.
Well,
I
it's
mean, we can
still
challenge. We can challenge it if it doesn't come up, but I would rather go with just task manager, and then like if we do get it wrong, we can challenge it.
Does anybody believe task manager is a role?
Yeah, tax manager is okay.
It's a role?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay, in what ways are the PMI Agile and Professional Scrum Master certifications different? Oh, geez, this one I don't know.
DMI versus PSM?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, this is a tough one.
this is one we're just gonna have to research.
How are you doing? Fine. You asked me if I knew.
Well, I just found a Scrum, Agile Scrum for Dummies.
You see, the number for who click here, no, but the other ones are supposed to learn kind of one. Yeah.
Cisco, are you still alive there? Are you?
Yeah, I'm still alive. Sorry, I had to eat something. I just got home not so long ago.
Oh, I thought that you had died over there.
No, no. I didn't want to. You guys hear me munching?
Do you have any input on that question?
It disappeared. Adam, did you submit it already?
What?
The quiz, did you submit it?
No.
No, I'm not seeing it.
I'm still screen sharing, so
Really?
maybe I'm not.
That's gone.
Try. New session starts. Screencast. Yeah, let me try and come out and come back in.
Okay.
Have you found anything, Zane? I am on a Agile Scrum for Dummies that is comparing.
I found something close, but now I want to see the question again to refine my Google search. But yeah, I can't see it right now.
Is it showing it?
Yeah,
Now it
it's
is.
Have you found anything, Cisco?
I want to say D and C, but I could be wrong.
No, I mean, but have you found anything? Like, do you have a link to?
No, I haven't been looking. I can.
There it is. So A definitely is not.
No.
I just posted the link, so maybe it will help. As such.
Yeah, I'll post what I found too.
Specific.
So we're done with A. A is not it. B.
So I did see for
D
D that
can
it
be.
says that for the PSM you have to attend a 2-day class. I don't know about the PMI Agile. I don't think you have to take any specific course with it.
Yeah, I saw the first part on D, but I haven't seen anything that says PMI requires a 2-week boot camp.
Yeah. I would guess the E is correct, right?
That's what I'm thinking because I can't find anything on E, nothing on B.
I would guess that. I mean, I know that the Scrum Master is gonna focus on Scrum only, but I would guess that PMI Agile would be different Agile methodologies.
Yeah. Okay.
For C, not sure.
I'm not sure about that yet. Hold on. Scrum Master certification. It's a mandate to attend any class or course. Oh, by the way, here's another link to this Kanban practitioner certification. So Kanban is another methodology.
Yeah, it is, but I don't think that that's something we use with Scrum.
Yeah, no, it's a complete different. So I think we chose that. I'm just rereading that question.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about that.
Just E?
Just D?
I haven't found any others. So on A, I don't think that the Scrum Master takes 3 years of experience.
No, it doesn't.
No.
So that excludes A. I don't think PMI Agile focuses mainly on software development. And Scrum Master focuses on multiple industries, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I would assume that Scrum is mostly software.
Yeah, it seems like that one's the other way around.
Okay, so here's what it says. If your company is looking forward to introducing an agile framework for achieving high-end project goals, then PMI could be your first choice. PMI exam is not just limited to a Scrum framework. It also has included other frameworks like Lean, Kanban, XP, PMI, ACP. It's conceptually strong examination compared to the basic Scrum Master certification. So it is E for sure. I don't know which other ones.
So the PSM is like an 80 question test, so I don't think C is right.
Yeah, I feel like I'm comfortable saying E, at least in the sense that if we were wrong, I have an argument against every other one of them.
Okay.
Do you have an argument against D?
Well,
yes,
yeah.
I looked it up in PMI Agile. I never saw anything about a 2-week boot camp.
Okay. So that is the argument. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because the first part is true, the first half of it. But
yeah.
Last question. According to Alistair Cockburn, which of the following are keys to an effective burn down chart?
Zane, you got this.
What? Alistair's my boy.
I think A is probably one.
I think D is one of them.
The school's not letting me search his
His name.
search his his website because of his name.
That's good.
I never thought of that.
Well, I was like, why can't I get on this site? And then I was like, oh.
He's
Creating the
banned.
product backlog at the beginning of the project, that's definitely not.
So what ones did we decide on?
Well, Zane said D. I said A.
D and A. Did you see A in the what he was talking about?
Does anybody have a backup for A? I haven't found a backup for A, but I definitely found a backup for C that is not.
You said it's not.
Yeah.
I can read my defense on D real quick. Just give me a second.
This is where I am at, in case you couldn't get in. Adam, there's on the chat, there is a link to it.
So from Alistair Cockburn's website, he says, if you are lucky enough to have a good non-expanding unit of measure, then you can use the burn down chart, which some people find emotionally more powerful.
Okay. Fine granularity in units of scope measure.
I haven't found anything about granularity yet.
No, I haven't either.
It's such a specific word that I'm searching
Yeah.
for it specifically, and I'm not finding anything.
Here, I found a link. You want to look at it?
Oh, here's an interesting one. It says, tip, Scrum teams often spend 10% of each sprint grooming the product backlog to meet the above definition of the product backlog. When groomed to this level of granularity, the product backlog items at the top of the product backlog, highest priority, greatest value, are decomposed so they fit within one sprint.
Doesn't say anything about a burn down chart though.
No, this is on the, this is Alster's burn down chart Scrum guide.
Well, is it his Scrum guide or his burn down chart guide?
Oh, true. This is the Scrum guide. This is not the burn down chart. That is correct. The granularity is on the Scrum, on the sprint, and like on the whole project, but not on the necessarily on the chart. And the question is specific to the chart, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because I saw that too, Alejandro, but I just couldn't find anything around it that referenced the burn down chart.
Well, there's the easy way. Burn down chart granularity. And there is no results on Google with
About shifting the target scope throughout each sprint, is that something?
Actually, here's one. Hold on, let me just read it. Because the benefit of displaying time is that it provides more granular view of progress, and it leads to micromanagement. But this is again, oh, and this is on the burn down.
I don't think that's one of them.
Yeah, look at this one here. I'm gonna just right there. So, see, it says sprint burn down chart to track the product development, effort remaining in a sprint, number of stories, blah, 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 the time units, and then it says the benefit of displaying time is that it provides more granular view of progress.
Yeah. So it is A.
Yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't sound like A, just because it was the same.
Yeah, let me look at A again. Let me get back. Find granularity in units of a scope measure. No, he's talking about granular time, not the scope
Time.
measure. Yeah, yeah, it's a different, completely different thing. The granularity he talks is on time.
Not units.
Yeah, not the scope measures. Yeah. Has anybody else found anything on this question?
Did anyone look up B at all?
I can defend that A is not the answer.
Yay!
Can anybody defend that B is not the answer?
Choosing the target's code throughout the sprint.
So it's just going to be a one answer question.
That's what I'm scared.
That always makes
Yeah.
me nervous on the choose all that on mine.
So this is going to tell us what we got right away after we submit it, right?
Maybe.
I think so. Okay.
It did do that before.
You were saying that you can justify that C is not it?
But then how did it came before the
Yeah.
first grade?
I mean, I haven't
You
found anything on B either.
Freezing the product backlog is like going against all of Scrum. You're supposed to be able to change that throughout the development. So
Okay. And what about B? Can anybody justify that B is not an answer? I found how to justify that A is not an answer. For sure.
I'm looking for B right now.
Because that looks like an answer that is correct. Right? To shift the target scope through each sprint, that is part of the.
Well, I think the key here is according to that guy. So that might be true for sprint, but it might not be what he said is a key to an effective approach.
So yeah, I'm on his website, and the entire post is about shifting target scope. But I don't know. He doesn't address it as an effective burn down chart. It's just something you can do with a burn down chart. Like if you guys remember from the burn down chart assignment, the scope changed on one of the projects twice, and the burn down chart can handle that. You can readjust for changing scope, but that doesn't make it a more effective burn down chart.
Hello.
And the question is more effective.
Yeah, so this one's kind of tricky because his entire 3-page website is about shifting scope, but I don't see anything that says it's more effective.
All right, Zane, flip a coin. Heads, you take it, tails, you don't.
Is that a justifiable reason to say no?
I mean, if it's left with me, I'll add the B. Because
If
shifting.
it's the entire article, I would guess that B would be part of
Go
it.
ahead.
I mean, so it is
It
a
makes
feature,
more sense.
but it's not. it is a feature, but it's not necessarily a feature that makes it is not key to an effective burn down chart.
Yeah, if anything, it seems ineffective because you're changing your scope, which is like, that means, oh, we can't do as much as we thought, or, oh, we can do more than we thought. So either way, it seems like, I don't know, like it's a necessary evil, but it's not an advantage.
I know, but I think we're confusing the effectiveness of a burn chart versus the effectiveness of the project.
I don't know. I think shifting the scope
Nice because of the
would
credits.
make it more effective because you're refocusing on what you to do each time. So,
Well, it makes the project more effective, but does it make the burn down chart more effective? See what I mean?
you guys want to vote on it?
Which of the following are effective burn down chart?
I mean, if you get
This
it
sounds
wrong,
like one of those questions that is necessary, or is it necessary and
It's
Oh,
worth a
sure.
quarter of a point. So I mean,
just pick it.
it's not. It's not the biggest deal, but
we can argue it back. That's all. Right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you can
put B.
argue.
I wouldn't mind if you put B. I don't mind either way. I feel like there's an argument either way.
Right? Yeah, there's an argument for whether we put it or whether we don't.
All right, just put it because one answer on this question looks kind of bad. All right, let's see what we get.
I don't think it shows us right now.
yeah, I don't think it does either.
Only when the deadlines are passed. Oh,
No,
that's
No,
incorrect.
it does.
nah, it
What
was.
happened?
It was B.
We can argue that pretty easily, I feel.
Yeah, we can argue that.
Oh yeah, that was the one.
There's 3 questions.
We did this one. Oh, it was.
Oh,
right.
yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
no, that's wrong.
Oh, D.
Oh.
So it was A.
No, A is right. It's right.
That's right. We did left it blank. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
We
left it blank.
missed-
Yeah, but it's saying that it's right that we left it blank.
Can
it's
you
right.
argue that?
Okay.
Welcome changing requirements in other sprints.
I feel like we can argue that as well, because
Yeah.
the value says that it welcomes changing requirements whenever, and that includes early sprints.
That's right.
Mm.
So we can argue that.
That one was right. That one scared me. Okay. Oh, this one's
Oh,
very
fine
wrong.
graduate units. Yeah, it was A.
So A was right and then B was wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a
Okay,
tough one.
I can argue A for sure. And B, yeah, we can argue this one as well.
Yeah, I agree. But 9.3 out of 11, not bad either way.
All right, that's a B.
I need an A. Okay, so back to the agenda. We got that. So according to the sprint, this is our sprint number 2. This week we are performing the tests. So we already have acquired them. We already have decided what test is what. This week we're just doing it. Like we're somewhere in our homes doing the thing. So during the week when you communicate, pretend that you're doing the test, and if you want to make up some problem that you find, whatever, water got cut out of my town or seems to be coming brown or whatever, and that will do our this week.
So do we need to do a short daily scrum meeting right now and then just drop it, or have we already essentially done that somewhere in our meeting already?
No, the daily scrum meeting, we will have it as we said at the beginning over the chat. Just what have we done yesterday, what I'm going to do today, and what is impending my progress.
Right, but we do have to include like a URL to the daily Scrum meeting in the discussion board, do we not?
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. This goes as that one big meeting. So I will edit this video and submit that portion of what our Scrum meeting was, our sprint meeting was.
I think Adam might be onto something here. Let me go back to the
Different one?
instructions. So on the Scrum status report, which
Okay.
is different than the sprint review, it does ask for a URL of a recorded daily Scrum meeting. So I think it would behoove us to actually do that at least once a week. So the other 4 days of the week, we do just do it in the chat, but I think it would be wise on the day of our meeting to do one out loud over voice. That way we can include a recording of it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So why don't we use then a portion of this of our video during the week to do our daily Scrum meeting, and then whoever needs to submit it just grabs and edits that portion, and
Yep. That'll work.
that'll work.
So to do the daily Scrum meeting, it's just basically all of us taking turns and answering those 3 questions and discussing it.
Okay, let's do it. Done. Do you want to start, Zane?
Sure. Let me get those questions up so we have a reference for them. So we're not doing the project, obviously. That needs to just be thrown out there. So this is all kind of us just going through the motions, I guess.
Would you mind screen sharing those questions so I don't have to go digging for them? Sorry.
If it works anyway. This has always been tricky for me with my internet.
I'm still at awe that you're in Germany, supposedly high technology, and the internet is so bad.
Oh, their internet is just awful. It's insane. Can you see that?
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
So I guess I have a question before we start, though. Is that what we're going to do, is just kind of make up examples as if we were going through the motions of this project?
Of the sprint, right? Remember, the sprint of last week, the idea that I put that document where I ask everyone to, pick the test and go through it and figure out what it was with that intent, that we have something to back up and say, hey, I found that this test was useless because it doesn't have a big impact on health.
Yeah. So what did you say you included to help us do that?
On the folder, there was, let me see, last week. Where am I? On week 10. Where is it? It wasn't. Okay, the document is called, hold on. It's in week 10. Tests and relevance. So we each were supposed to grab 2, and so somebody worked here. Evans worked at it. I did mine too. So the idea is to pick a couple of the tests and say, this is what it's going to test. This is the impact on health. And that way now we have on this daily Scrum meeting something to talk about, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I was research and this is too expensive, this is not available in Canada, whatever.
Okay, I actually didn't see this, but thank you for putting it together. All right, so give me 2 minutes here, and I'll put together my 3 questions. And probably it'd be good if everyone else made sure they had the same ready to go.
Yeah, now, so for this week, because we're on a sprint 2, now we have, what do we do in a sprint 2? What we decided? We're going to execute the test, correct?
Yeah.
So now the questions will be on this daily Scrum meeting will be.
That's what we've done since last week, is we've executed these tests.
That is a sprint 2. Now I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
the first sprint was planning, this one's execution, and the next one's interpretation.
Okay, so do we have like a set test kit that we have decided on?
Yeah, on that document is the and the document called, where did it go? Tests and relevance are the 10 things we're going to test. Pick 2, add. Your comments on what's the impact of that, and this week we're on it. Like, we're supposedly, as we speak, we're testing. So our daily Scrum meeting for this sprint 2 is about what happened during the testing, right? Did we find difficulties?
Yeah, I've almost got mine done, and that might be some sort of an example.
So are these questions more for the group, or are they individually? What have you completed and what do you plan to do?
They're individual.
They're individual.
And then as a team, we just talk about those individual things.
Mm-hmm. So in a Scrum development methodology, like in the real world, there would be a 15-minute meeting at the beginning of every day where we all answered these questions in the meeting.
Kind of like your PPI. What's your Elders Quorum present?
So now, when is this one deliverable due? Well, this one is for Friday. And that is the difficulty we're going to have today, right? Because during the week, supposedly, this week, like today, tomorrow, yesterday, we are doing the test, right? So this is the mock part. So we're testing for something today. So every day we talk about it. So this Scrum meeting is at the end also, right? So it's a summary of all those daily Scrum. Correct?
So the assignment will have daily Scrum meeting notes that include the answers to these 3 questions. And it says the URL of recorded daily Scrum meeting. So to me, that means we should have at least one of them recorded to submit that URL. And then we should have meeting notes for all the others.
Okay. Okay, so this is our daily Scrum meeting for today, Tuesday, June the 27th. Question number 1. Is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Let's start with, do you want to start with you, Zane?
Yes, that's fine.
Perfect. Okay, so what have you completed since the last meeting?
So since the last meeting, I've been working with Germany's local water supply, and I've tested 3 different water samples. I haven't found any abnormalities with any of the readings as of this time.
What do you plan to complete by the next meeting?
Today, I plan to continue testing different water samples at different times of the day to try to generate a more comprehensive data set.
Is there anything getting in your way?
I think that it might be beneficial to have access to more than one water source, meaning as of right now, I only have access to water within my own home, but to make my data more reliable, it might benefit me to use other sources in the local area.
So should we add that as a scope?
I'm sorry?
Should we add that in our scope?
It's definitely something worth considering.
Okay, perfect. Adam, what have you completed since the last meeting? Adam, you there?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. So since the last meeting, I've just kind of done some preliminary research about the water here in Rexburg, just going off of other sources and what they have already reported in the water supplies. And I've been working to test the water this week.
What are you planning to complete by the next week?
So by this next week, I plan on having test results from my own tests from a couple different water supplies. That includes just the tap water here. Maybe, try it out at a couple different apartments to get more of a better average for what the results should be.
Anything getting in your way?
As of right now, there's not really anything getting in the way. I just have to make sure I have enough test kits to get the results I need.
Thank you. Cool. Cisco, are you up?
Yeah, I'm here.
So what have you completed since the last meeting?
Well, I've been researching on Arizona's water as well, seeing how it's been affected the people. They're comparing from 2013 to now with the ammonia nitrate and the chemical compounds that were found. And so they're making sure that it's been cleared and no longer any trace of the ammonia nitrate in the water. And so because of that, they've had several problems with it. So
Okay, so what do you plan to complete by the next meeting, by tomorrow?
I want to make sure all this is documented and written down and explained, and all the other necessary work that's due for Wednesday.
Okay, is anything getting on your way? Other than your baby?
Yeah, although other than that, just that and work, but that's about it. So.
Okay, thank you. Evans?
Yeah.
You up? What have you
Yeah.
completed since the last meeting?
So I've been researching water treatment materials for Ghana, and then, most of the water treatment we do they have been treated with alum, and some of them have been treated with chlorine. And we have 2 major sources that connects to the main city. So most of them are treated with alum, and over the long period of time, it generates some kind of taste. It gets some taste. So I'm still making a lot of research about it.
Okay, what do you plan to do today before the next meeting?
So I plan to test the water for bacterials and for other components like lead and copper for today.
Sounds good. Is there anything getting in your way?
At the moment, there's nothing getting in the way.
Okay, okay. So on mine, I will start backwards. Canada Customs confiscated one of my tests, so I don't have it. So I haven't been able to start that one. I have the other tests at hand, and I've been doing them. Today, I'm planning to complete my third one. So I don't know what we're gonna do with that one. Today I will hear from Canada Customs as to are they gonna release it or at some point, or am I not gonna have it? And then we're gonna have to regroup and figure out that. So that's my plan today: talk to Customs and complete the other ones that I do have at hand. Um, that's our daily scrum for June the 27th. Okay, back to our agenda. I think we have things done. Let's make assignment for next week. Um, who is going to be the facilitator leader? This is my second one, so whoever has done it once, just
I could do it.
Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam. And who's gonna record? Do you want to record it as well, or do you prefer somebody else?
Yeah, I can do that just so I have it already.
Okay. Yeah, I think it makes sense that the leader is a recorder. It's just more control, right? Is there anything else that we needed to assign? And then don't forget your assignments are some are due Wednesday, so please put them on a Google Drive. Some are due on Friday, and whoever wants to kind of start just any day, every day, just text about your our daily scrum. Like, what are we doing? What was done yesterday? And is anything on my way?
Yeah, maybe the first person to do that each day can just be the reminder for everyone else.
Okay, good idea. Okay, so why don't we assign that? Okay, so let's call it the daily starter. So this week, because I was a leader, so then I will start that tomorrow, and we'll play tag and say you're it, and during the day, and then the day after somebody will start it. Fair enough.
That works for me.
Is there any questions, guys? That we have anything pending?
If we could try to be a little more active in the chat this week, I think that'd be great, especially Wednesday and Saturday. Basically, any day there's a deliverable due.
That is correct. Like, if we all see the messages, as I tell my kids, when I joke with them, it's like, don't scan me and ignore me because I'm asking you where you are. Say whatever. It's like I'm busy. I'll get to it in an hour or whatever. It's anybody else? We're good.
Yep.
Can
Yeah,
we
good.
close with prayer? Adam, would you mind saying prayer?
Yeah, sure. Our Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this day and for the opportunity we had to meet as a team. And we ask you to bless us, understanding that as we put forth the effort, we might be able to complete our assignments and do them correctly. Grateful for thee and for the blessings that we receive at thy hands. And we say these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. what I forgot is who is going to do the challenging of the questions from the exam.
That'll be next week, though, right?
Oh, true. That is the
Yeah,
next.
he doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't have that until the week after. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Sounds good.